7. Number 7 in our Batman lineup, and I think this is a perfect number to watch this movie in. Lucky number 7. The Dark Knight, guys. We are on The Dark Knight. My favorite movie of all time. I remember when this movie came out in 2008. I was like probably 13, I think. Around there. I don't know, middle school, a freshman in high school, somewhere around there. But just going into this movie, I remember I tried to see it a couple times, but it was sold out. And like, I knew it had to be good. I just didn't know it had to be this good. Because when I saw it, and I remember getting out of the movie theater, and I remember my grandmother called me on the phone, and she wanted to know how it was. And I think I was at a loss for words. I mean, experiencing a movie like that in theaters with, I think I saw it in IMAX too, which made it even 10 times better. I was immersed, man. This movie is just kick-ass, great dramatic roles by the actors, Gary Oldman, Morgan Freeman, Christian Bale, late great Heath Ledger, just Michael Caine too, just all of them, man. Maggie Gyllenhaal, but she takes over the role for what's her name again? I'm blanking at the moment. I'm sorry, but she takes over Rachel's role in this movie, and she does a great job too. But yeah, guys, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't seen this movie yet, but I mean, just if you haven't, you really need to go out and watch it. But if you're just here to watch the clips, you're in for a real big treat. There's nothing more I can say about this. Dark Knight. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it together. I'm going to commentate on it like I usually do, then give my review of how this movie holds up and how, well, I already told you what I rank Christian Bale in. Maybe I should have saved that for last, but like, I think I was just too excited for this trilogy, man. And yeah, it's Dark Knight. I know I'm building it up for you guys, but just it's worth it. It's a great movie. So let's get right into it. Katie Holmes. It was killing me. So I had to look it up. Katie Holmes is who Maggie Gyllenhaal takes over the role of Rachel for. Just had to say it because I had to look it up. Damn. Dark Knight, man. Let's go! I'm sorry. I'm a little too excited for this movie. I'm excited for you guys to watch this movie, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. I like how they also changed the color of the intro and the DC logo, too. I think that's pretty cool. Damn. This is... And you know Nolan doesn't like to do any, he does do CGI, I think, from time to time, but he likes doing everything practical, like, in real life, in real time. So, those guys ziplining right there, I'm pretty sure that was real. Damn. I mean, like, you would not see that in a regular bank. That's some badass bank teller right there, standing up for his bank. Could you imagine seeing a guy working at a bank whip out a shotty? Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. This Joker guy was so smart, he had to bring a bigger car. What happened to the rest of the guys?
God, that's why I love this movie. It's so, like, you would never suspect what's going to happen next.
Criminals in this town used to believe in things. Honor. Respect.
Look at you. What do you believe in, huh? What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Damn, man. When I saw him on screen in makeup, mind-blowing. Dogs aren't gonna save you from Batman.
I told you my compound would take you places. I never said there'd be places you wanted to go.
We recognize him, right? Huh? Damn. Ooh. I wonder how much pain he goes through every night fighting crime. I mean, like, he must break at least 10 bones each night. Damn.
We're trying to help you. I don't need help. Not my diagnosis. What gives you the right? What's the difference between you and me? I'm not wearing hockey pants.
True. Well, as you remember in Batman Begins, his house burned down, so guess he has to find new places for his Batcave and his home. Damn.
Carbon fiber, 28 caliber, made in China. If you want to kill a public servant, Mr. Maroney, I recommend you buy American. Get him out of here. Your Honor, I'm not done.
Imagine seeing a lawyer beat up a witness.
You want me to back warrants for search and seizure on 5 banks without telling me what we're after?
I can give you the names of the banks.
Well, that's a start. I'll get you your warrants, but I want your trust.
Well, you don't have to sell me that. You don't know you got some point later.
Yeah.
Well, I heard they have a different name for me down at MCU.
Well,
Mr. Lau, I speak for the rest of the board and Mr. Wayne in expressing our own excitement.
He's got to be tired after that long night.
But this is a democracy, Harvey.
When their enemies were at the gates,
He's realizing right now.
suspend democracy and appoint one man to protect the city. It wasn't considered an honor; it was considered a public service.
Harvey, the
He could
last
probably
man
take
we
up the
appointed to
mantle.
protect the Republic was named Caesar, and he never gave
Not
up
as
his
Batman, but
Okay, fine.
when Batman wants to
You either
retire,
die a hero, or
maybe
you
Gotham
wear
would be in good
clothes, you're
hands
something
with
of a villain.
Harvey.
Look, whoever the Batman is, he doesn't want to do this for the rest of his life. How could he? Batman is looking for someone to take up his mantle.
Damn, when I saw this scene, man, goosebumps. That's all I can say.
I thought my jokes were bad.
God, every time.
And as for the television's so-called plan, Batman has no jurisdiction. He'll find him and make him squeal. I know the squealers when I see them. And
Yep.
What do you propose?
Damn.
it's simple.
And he covers the lens and he walks out.
What haven't you done already?
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
True.
What you want?
Half.
I'm putting the word out. 500 grand for this clown dead. 1 million alive, so I can teach him some manners first.
All right, so listen. Why don't
Damn, he
you
came
give me a call
strapped,
when you
too.
Start taking things a little
Like
more
he's
serious.
prepared for anything. Joker's prepared for anything. I mean, say what you want about Batman. He always, when he has prep time, he's ready. But Joker, he's unpredictable. I like how it's very unspoken of what he's doing with Fox, Lucius Fox, but he knows what he's up to.
Without it landing. Now that's more like it, Mr. Wayne. Hardened Kevlar plates over titanium dipped tri-weave fibers for flexibility.
God, how does he acquire all of this? Does he make it himself?
So, dead, that's 500.
How alive? Let's put a smile on that face.
Can't you feel the tension?
Why so serious?
I remember seeing that in the movie theater. I turned my head because I was so young. I thought it was going to be a lot bloodier, but
there's a
Nolan
lot
kept
of
it
potential
minimal, I guess,
for
but still
aggressive
scary.
Expansion.
For security purposes, I'm gonna have to ask you to check in your mobile.
I think, Mr. Fox, a simple phone call might have sufficed. Mr. Wayne didn't want you to think that he was deliberately wasting your time. Just accidentally wasting it.
Damn. You know, that's got to be for something. I don't know if they would keep the phone still in the place, though.
From the beat tram. This is, I had R&D work it up. Sends out a high-frequency pulse, records the response time, map in an environment. Sonar. Just like a submarine.
That is some stunt. Whoever's a stuntman for Christian Bale, that's a really cool task. How can you even defend that? I mean, like, it's just out of nowhere. Like, you're not expecting that. A guy to freaking fly into a window and start beating people up. It's just so unexpected. You don't know how to prepare for that. He's probably telling him, like, oh, I'll pay you billions of dollars. Let me go. Damn. He timed that perfectly. Oh, and here comes Skyhook.
I won't give you the money, but I will give you my clients. All of them.
Wow, Joker was right. He is a squealer.
I'm not aware of any participation by the Batman.
Oh, boy, looks good on you, too.
You sure you want to embarrass me in front of my friends, Lieutenant? Well, don't worry.
Damn. All of them.
Have a nice trip. See you next fall.
712 counts of extortion.
Imagine seeing that in real life.
Racketeering, 200
All these mob
counts of
people
fraud,
getting arrested.
87 counts of conspiracy murder. How do the defendants plead?
They take up the whole courtroom.
Does they get anything on you? And those criminals are back on the streets, followed swiftly by you and me.
I jumped so high when I saw that scene. So high. It scared the living crap out of me.
Batman must take off his mask and turn himself in. Oh, and every day he doesn't, people will die. Starting tonight. I'm a man of my word.
Look at those teeth, so yellow. So I have read that I know that Christopher Nolan allowed Heath Ledger to do whatever he wanted in that scene and just go wild and like. So that's all Heath Ledger planning that videotape. That tells you how creative he is.
We are tonight's entertainment.
Just look how he commands a room when he's in the scene. Heath Ledger did a fantastic job at this.
Do you know what, Harvey? I need to talk to him about something. Just something little, huh? No.
This is why Heath is my favorite Joker. I mean, just the way he handles a situation and how he approaches it.
Drop the gun. Oh, sure. You just take off your little mask and show us all who you really are. Hmm? Let her go. Very poor choice of words.
A long time ago, I was in Burma. My friends and I were working for the local government. One day, I saw a child playing with a ruby the size of a tangerine. Bandit. He'd been throwing them away.
Huh.
So why steal them?
Well, because he thought it was good sport. Because some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
That's Joker. Doesn't care about anyone or anything. Just wants to see chaos.
Gonna take ballistics off a shattered bullet? No. Fingerprints.
See, this is something I don't really understand. How he's going to get fingerprints off a bullet. I mean, I understand how to get fingerprints off a bullet, but the way he approaches it, like right here, you'll understand. Like, I don't fully understand this.
This is your original scheme. Here it is re-engineered.
But why did he need to re-engineer it?
And there's the thumbprint he left when he pushed around in the clip.
Ready? Hurry!
Damn, he had that rigged to a freaking T. Oh, there's Heath. And there's my boy Heath. I hope, I don't know if a lot of you know, but that's Julia Roberts' brother. He's been acting for a while. Not really in as big a role as Julia, but he's been in a lot of movies.
You're the symbol of hope I can never be.
Yep.
Your stand against organized crime is the first legitimate ray of light in Gotham in decades. If anyone saw this, everything would be undone. Gotham's in your hands now. You can't. You can't give in. You can't give in!
I think we're seeing a transformation here for Harvey.
People are dying, Alfred. What would you have me do?
Endure, Master Wayne. Take it. They'll hate you for it, but that's the point of Batman. He can be the outcast. He can make the choice that no one else can make.
Alfred's like the Jiminy Cricket on Bruce Wayne's shoulder.
Find out what Batman can.
He always speaks facts and truth.
I told you so.
He's the guidance that Bruce needs.
Not to this
People will worship you one day, and then the next, they'll hate you. Crazy. I mean, like, they love Batman, then all of a sudden, they'll just go against him.
So, take Batman into custody. I am the Batman.
Yeah.
Will you give this to him for me? When the time is right?
How will I know?
It's not sealed.
Harvey and Bruce
Sorry, I didn't
think
have time to talk this through.
very similarly. So, even though they're two different people,
This is the Joker's chance of winning
they stand for the same thing.
Listen to me. Harvey, tell everyone the truth.
Heads, I go through with it.
This is your life. You can't leave something like that to chance.
I'm not.
Same head.
You make your own luck.
Two-headed coin.
Now there's a Batman.
What a play. Come on.
No, he didn't. God. Nolan really did that, too. Nolan really pulled off that stunt in real time in real life. That is not CGI. He really flipped the freaking big rig. The Dark Knight, this is where they got it from Batman with Michael Keaton. I think this is the exact same scene Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton had. Just maybe a tad bit better, in my opinion. I think this scene is better.
Could you please just give me a minute?
Oh, he's alive.
Let's go home, Gordon. The clown will keep till morning. Go get some rest. You're gonna need it. Tomorrow you take the big job. You don't have any say in the matter, Commissioner Gordon.
Damn. Gets back from death and gets first thing gets promoted. That's a welcoming back. That was all Heath. That was not in the script. That was just all ad-libbed and spur of the moment, and Nolan kept it in, and one of the best scenes in the movie. Because it's all him. So Heath Ledger is a big method actor. I think a lot of people know that. He told Christian Bale to punch him as hard as he could. Really. That's not fake punches, I think, unless they edited in post-production, but he asked Christian Bale to punch as hard as he could, and Christian Bale was hesitant, but he might have landed a couple good punches in there, but that tells you how dedicated Heath is to the role. Heath definitely deserved the Oscar for this. I don't care what anybody says, if it was done because he passed away, but he definitely deserved the Oscar in supporting role for this.
I don't want to live without you, and I do have an answer for you. And my answer is yes.
No, not me. Why are you coming for me?
Harvey, it's okay. It's all right. Listen. Someone.
Too late. Like a freaking dog sticking his head out the window.
I need to be honest and clear. I'm going to marry Harvey Dent. I love him, and I want to spend the rest of my life with him. When I told you that if Gotham no longer needed Batman, we could be together, I meant it.
So,
But as your friend,
she kisses Bruce Wayne right before he was gonna confess that he's Batman,
keep your faith.
making him think that he still has a chance with Rachel.
And always, Rachel.
But she had this letter already written, knowing that she was gonna marry Harvey. That is pretty messed up, in my opinion. Giving Bruce hope that he could still be with Rachel someday. I don't know. I don't agree with that.
She was gonna wait for me, Alfred. And doesn't know. You can never know.
They can't show him that letter now.
You can wait.
Yeah.
That bandit in the forest in Burma. Did you catch him? Yes. How? We burned the forest down. Remember that name? You all had for me when I was in Internal Affairs. Two-Face, Harvey Two-Face. I'm sorry.
Damn.
No, you're not.
So I read that
Not yet.
Christopher Nolan had another look for how Harvey Dent would look after his face got burned off, and like I heard it was a lot more realistic, a lot more gruesome, that people in the theater probably couldn't handle it, and so that's why they went with that kind of look. Even though that is still pretty gruesome and pretty scary.
If Coleman Reese isn't dead in 60 minutes, then I blow up a hospital.
You live. You die. Now we're talking.
This is another scene that wasn't in the script, and that Heath just went with it and did his own thing. And they kept it in the movie. There you go. Perfect. It fits right in the movie. It's something that Joker would obviously do. So like, yeah, it's a no-brainer to keep it in the film. The fidgeting with the remote detonator because something didn't blow up.
Beautiful, unethical, dangerous. You've turned every cell phone in Gotham into a microphone.
See, this is something I don't understand. Lucius helped build all of Bruce Wayne's Batman suits and gadgets and gear, and just like he gave him everything and all the tools that he needed to take down bad guys, but he finds this certain thing where tapping phones and like listening into something bad just so they could catch the Joker. He finds that unethical and bad. I don't understand that.
I won't be.
You're finished. Type in your name.
Each of you has a remote. Blow up the other boat. At midnight, I blow you all up. If, however, one of you presses the button, I'll let that boat live.
It's kind of like, kind of looks like how Val Kilmer had in his mask. Remember in Batman Forever when he threw his batarang at that Jim Carrey mind controlling device? Kind of reminds me of that. Oh, their hands are taped to the guns. Ah, that's the news anchor. Oh, the doctors are the bad guys. Oh, shoot. Dude, the way he plans this out. Don't turn on Batman, he's just trying to save the day. Oh, shit. Damn. Without killing anybody, too. Without killing any cops, that's how he gets it done.
Once you get their hands dirty. Fine. I'll do it.
Give it to me, and I'll do what you should have did 10 minutes ago.
Damn.
Here we go.
I don't think he has it in him. Nope. I can't do it. I don't ever want to think about it, but I imagine taking a life is probably the hardest thing you could ever freaking do. And I would never want to experience that. So having that detonator in my hands, I would never want to think about being in that position. Damn, he's going to cheat.
You know how I got these scars? No, but I know how you got me.
Oh, damn. And he can't let him die. That's his one rule.
Until they get a good look at the real Harvey Dent. And all the heroic things he's done. I took Gotham's White Knight, and I brought him down to our level. It wasn't hard. See, madness, as you know, is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
He knew exactly what the freak he was doing from the get-go. Like, he came in with a solid plan, and even if he got captured, his plan still went into effect.
Have you ever had to talk to the person you love most? Tell them it's going to be all right when you know it's not? Well, you're about to know what that feels like, Gordon.
I'm sorry for everything.
You don't want to hurt the boy, Harvey.
It's not about what I want. It's about what's fair.
The only morality
This movie just, it hits on a hard point, because
fair. His son's got the same chance she
the
had.
world is a crazy place, and if you let it, it's going to drag you down like it dragged down Harvey.
Then why was it me who was the only one who lost everything? Tell your boy's gonna be all right, Gordon. Lie. Like I lied.
It landed on the head side that wouldn't kill him either. I wonder what happened. What would have happened if Batman didn't step in? If it landed on the head side where it didn't kill his son, Harvey Dent keep causing chaos, or would everybody live happily ever after and Harvey Dent just go crawl in a hole somewhere? I do not know.
Thank you. You don't have to thank me. Yes, I do.
He told you in the last movie, you'll never have to thank him.
The Joker won.
He really lived long enough to see himself become the villain. His own words.
Made a die, hero. Where you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yep.
I can do those things.
Another great one-liner statement, quote.
I killed those people. That's what I can be. No, you can't. You're not. I'm whatever Gotham needs me to be.
Yes. This is why you gotta love freaking Batman. He does what the people need. He's there for you. This is why Batman is just, I don't know, one of my favorites.
So the dog's on me.
Bat signal.
Sometimes.
Damn, he's burning up the... God. Bruce will never know.
That's evermore. chasing because he's the hero Gotham deserves.
Yes, he is.
But not the one he needs right now.
No, he's not.
Because he's not a hero.
I'm getting chills right now, man, watching this. I've watched this movie so many times, I'm still getting chills.
Silent guardian. A watchful protector. A dark knight.
Fan-frickin-tastic. Dark frickin' Night, man. Dark Knight, guys. We just wrapped it up, and I am super pumped after watching that. I can't wait for The Dark Knight Rises now. Dark Knight, man, God, my favorite movie ever. It was... I don't know how many times I've watched this movie. This was probably like the 95th time. I don't know. Nah, it's got to be in the nah, it's not in the hundreds, but it's a lot. I've watched this movie a lot, and it never gets old, especially in the ending where he runs off in the end and has to have the police chase him because he's covering for Harvey Dent. It's just, it gets you pumped for the next movie coming up, and like it didn't take that long. I mean, 2008 to like, I think 2012 is when Dark Knight Rises comes out, so it took like 4 years. But it's the anticipation for the next movie is just killing you. And since that we have it, it's not like as bad. But like when this first was in theaters and you saw the ending and you were waiting for the next installment, it's just got your blood pumping for the next movie. I mean, like, I hope it did for you guys too. It's just Dark Knight, love it. Great movie. Great everything. I can't pick one thing that I love most about this movie, but for performance-wise, I mean, you gotta go with Heath Ledger. That's my favorite Joker of all time, and I know a lot of people feel the same way. For live-action performances, he is probably the top of the best ones. I mean, nothing against Jack Nicholson. Great. I loved him in Batman 1989 with Tim Burton and Michael Keaton, but how I picture Joker on live action and who I want Joker to be, Heath Ledger is the epitome of that Joker for me. Everything about his performance just screamed Academy Award winner, and it's just, he totally deserved this winning for this performance. Probably, I can't say if he was living right now, he might have had a better performance, but out of his short career, this is probably his best performance, in my opinion. I have yet to watch Brokeback Mountain, but I know he does a great job in that too. Yeah, for me, this opened my eyes to Heath Ledger, because I first got to know Heath Ledger when I saw a movie. It's kind of a cult movie now, I think. It's called A Knight's Tale, and that's the first time I saw Heath Ledger's acting, and I was all like, yeah, he's a good actor, but I wasn't thinking much of it. I mean, I really like that movie. A Knight's Tale is probably one of my guilty pleasure movies. It's really cute, and it's really fun time to watch. But nothing really stood out to me, and then I saw him in other movies, and yeah, I mean, 10 Things I Hate About You, that's another great movie he's in. I love that movie, and he does a good job too, but similar acting style to A Knight's Tale. Like, nothing really Academy Award nomination, it doesn't scream out to me that. Because, like, it's not really, those type of movies aren't really award-winning acting performances. But, like, this movie really opened my eyes to how good an actor Heath Ledger is. And then I saw other movies with him in, like, Lords of Dogtown, where he plays, I think it was Skip, if I'm right, or something like that. I can't believe I remember that. If I remember that, I have very precise memory on stuff I choose to remember things, because that's kind of odd to me that I remember that name. I didn't even know that was him when I saw that movie, Lords of Dogtown. Like, he plays this character. He has an accent. He talks very differently, and I didn't even know that was Heath Ledger until I read the IMDb page where that he was that character. Which he can really be a character actor. He can throw himself into roles that you wouldn't even know that he was playing them. It just astounds me that he had so much talent, and it's so sad to see him go so early in his life. I think he passed away when he was 28. He's one of my favorite actors. He's up there. He's top 3. Yeah, top 3 for me. I'm probably going to talk more about him later on, but I feel like I need to keep this rolling and talk about everybody else. I mean, Christian Bale does another great performance as Batman, Bruce Wayne. I mean, I know people kind of get on him for making the voice, the Batman voice, a little rougher and a little more grungy, because like in Batman Begins it wasn't as bad, but And Dark Knight, you can start hearing more, where are they? Like, stuff like that. Like, I don't know, like, where are they? So I can't do a good Christian Bale Batman, but you know what I'm talking about. Still, solid performance as Batman Bruce Wayne. He's still my number 3, did I say? Like, my top 3. He's top 3 Batman for me and Bruce Wayne's. Gary Oldman, really good performance as Commissioner Gordon. He is, like I said, he's probably my top pick for live-action performances of Commissioner Gordon. He does a great job. He's a great actor. I think it was overdue when he won the Academy Award, but he's been in a lot of movies where he should have got nominated at least or won. But he's a great actor nonetheless. Aaron Eckhart, he's not really a huge name, but he's been in a lot of movies and he's played solid performances in all of them that I've seen him in. And as Harvey Dent, as Two-Face, solid performance, great acting. He's a believable Harvey Dent for me, like a real-life Harvey Dent. Like, if we saw a Two-Face in real life, that probably would be it. I mean, seeing a guy come from Gotham's White Knight to causing chaos and mayhem and coming down to, like, the mob bosses and the bad guys of Gotham's level, like, he did a really big 180, and it's thanks to Joker. But he pulled it off. He turned from a really good guy to a really nasty one, I guess. He does a great job at Harvey Dent and Two-Face, and he is very believable and probably my favorite live act. I mean, there's not a lot to go off of. I mean, Tommy Lee, but that was like a cartoon performance to me. But yeah, he's my favorite Harvey Dent Two-Face right now. Michael Caine, solid performance as Alfred. Still pulls off a good Alfred. Good job being the Jiminy Cricket, like I said, to Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne and Batman. He's basically Batman's guidance and helps him keep his head straight and not go off and venture off into doing dumb stuff. He sets him straight, and Michael Caine does a good job of being that person and portraying that character. Yeah. Really good Alfred. I really like Michael Caine. Maggie Gyllenhaal, she took over the role of Katie Holmes. So Maggie Gyllenhaal took over the role of Rachel, which was portrayed by Katie Holmes in Batman Begins. And performance-wise, I got to give it to Maggie. She does a really great job at Rachel, and I feel she did a better job than Katie. I mean, no offense to Katie, good actress too. Just, I think for a more dramatic role like this, Maggie pulled it off way better, and she did a good job. I applaud her. Also, I feel like The Dark Knight also paid more attention to Rachel than it did in Batman Begins, and gave her more on-screen performances and lines and a role. So, she sad in the movie to see her go, but she did a great job, Maggie, and I really liked how she portrayed the character. Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox, still a good job. Like I said in the movie, I still don't understand why he's fine with giving Batman all these gadgets and cars and gizmos and stuff like that, but once Batman does his own thing and creates a thing where he connects all the phones in Gotham City as to one and can hear into what is going on so he could catch the Joker, I don't understand why that was such a big turnoff for Lucius, saying, oh, I won't work here if you have this machine up and running. But, I mean, people have their principles, so I can't say much about that. But still a great job by Morgan Freeman. I like his character. I like his banter with Bruce Wayne and the snarky comments. Every actor in this movie did a great job at the roles they were playing. Every character in this movie is believable to me, and everybody deserves credit for making this movie. I mean, you can't have a great movie unless everybody's doing their part and doing a great job and killing it on screen and on set and just putting in the work. So I give credit to everybody during this movie, on screen and off and behind the scenes and just post-production and the lighting, and it's perfect to me. It's the closest thing to perfection I could see in a film. So does it hold up? Come on. You've seen how I act. You've seen how much I love this movie. Does it hold up? Of course it does. This will hold up forever. The Dark Knight is the best Batman film ever made. Quote me on that. And I think it will be the best Batman movie ever produced and ever put into production live action. I know the Batman is coming out with with Twilight's Robert Pattinson, but it's probably going to do good. It's probably going to be a really great Batman movie. Will it be better than Dark Knight in my opinion? No. Dark Knight is the best Batman movie, best film for me. I mean, this goes past just being a DC film and a comic book film. This is an all-over masterpiece to me. I mean, like, yeah, I said it, masterpiece. This is great. It's just, yeah, it holds up. Great film. There are small things here and there, but I don't really want to talk about that because it's my film. I love this film. I can't really talk bad about this film and not feel horrible because like if I talk bad about this film, I'll just then go on and say, oh well, then they did this to make up for it. But yeah, there are small things like the bullet. Why would he reconstruct a bullet just to get the fingerprints? Like, I don't really understand that. Maybe someone in the comments could explain it to me, but I never really got that. And I know a lot of people online would argue about that too, and say, like, it doesn't make sense. Or there were some flaws in Joker's plans. I've heard people talk bad about that, but also it's a movie, and movies are not always going to be 100% factual. I mean, this is fiction, for Christ's sake, so yeah, there's nothing. Everybody's going to have a problem with everything, and no movie can be 100% loved by every single person on Earth. For me, this is a great film. Dark Knight stands to the test of time for me. A big thing that I like when I watch a movie is the good guy always wins. I always like that ending. I mean, like, who doesn't like that ending? It makes you feel good, it makes you feel like good triumphs over evil, and that good always prevails. In this movie, it's not really like that. Even though the Joker was caught, and that Batman did succeed by killing Harvey Dent and capturing the Joker still kind of won. He got what he wanted. He took Harvey Dent and made him Two-Face. He made him Two-Face. That's what he did. And to me, that's evil winning over good. And even though the movie is spectacular to me, this movie still has a sense of feeling realistic because good doesn't always triumph over evil, and that's what hits home for me, is because this is more realistic than any movie I've really seen in my life during that period of time in 2008 when I was just a kid in middle school or high school. This showed me that good will always not overcome evil, and seeing this and having a realistic Batman and a realistic Gotham and seeing realistic situations occur on screen and developed in such a perfect form and way really just showed me that even though Batman did succeed by getting the Joker and killing Harvey Dent, he didn't necessarily win and he didn't necessarily get what he wanted. So that's just something to think about for me as a kid, and now still showing that this is why The Dark Knight will stand the test of time for me, because it's just so realistic and so it doesn't feel like a movie to me sometimes. I mean, this feels like something like this could occur. A guy like the Joker could happen in real life, like how Heath Ledger portrayed him, and just crazy and just wants to see the world go to crap. And I could see that happening, and that I can't see, alright, maybe I can't see a guy dressed up as a bat try to beat him up, but I could see a vigilante who doesn't want to see the world go to shit and try to beat him and try to defeat him and have the Joker not get what he wants. I could see that happening in real life. And yeah, it's just something I thought about. And I think it's just something to think about too as well. And like I said during watching this movie, this is why I like Batman so much, is because like he always portrays the hero that we need, but not the hero we want. And it's just, he did the right thing that we all needed to hear. We needed to hear, I mean, speaking as a person who lives in Gotham during that time, we needed to hear that Harvey Dent didn't do all these bad things and that Batman did it, and that Harvey Dent was still the savior that we deserved, and he cleaned up half of Gotham City's mob bosses and mob dealers and all those bad people, and he did it without being bad. So we needed to hear that as a person of Gotham. And so Batman took the fall for it. And it just shows that Batman is willing to go to any length to protect the city of Gotham. And it's just something that I admire more about Batman now being older, and realizing that he really had Gotham's best interest at heart. That's why you gotta love Batman. Even though Bruce Wayne, a billionaire playboy guy, he still cares about his city. Like in Batman Begins, like he said, it's his city and he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Alright guys, so that wraps it up for The Dark Knight, and I wish I could watch it again with you guys, because like, honestly, I would watch it again. If it's such a great movie. But that wraps it up. We're on to The Dark Knight Rises, an equally good sequel to The Dark Knight and to Batman Begins. I hope you guys are looking forward to it, because you know I always am. Anything Batman, I'm always looking forward to it. I want to know what you guys thought of The Dark Knight, if you haven't seen it, and if this is the first time you've seen clips of it. Just, yeah, if you actually watched the movie before coming to watch this YouTube video, I want to know what you guys rate it and how it rates in your Batman filmography or as a movie as a whole. Like, did you have any gripes with it? Did you have any downsides? Like, nitpick? Like, if you guys have stuff like you didn't like about it, I really want to hear it in the comments, because I want to like converse with you guys and talk about it. But I mean, we can have a little small debate in the comments if you want. I mean, talk about things you didn't like or things they could have done better, and nothing bad. We'll just talk about it. I mean, like, I'm always open to hearing how the movie could have been made better, because in my eyes, like, there's nothing else they could have done to make this movie the best Batman movie ever created. But yeah, and tell me how you think of Heath Ledger as a Joker. I really am curious to know, and if he's your number one pick, like he is mine, or if there's someone else, like Mark Hamill, even though he's a cartoon, or Jared Leto, or Joaquin Phoenix, or Jack Nicholson. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of The Dark Knight, and yeah, just everything in it, and the acting, and just, I'm curious to know everything, just anything about The Dark Knight. Leave it in the comments, and I'll try to get it cracking and comment back and just see what's happened. But yeah, other than that, we're on to The Dark Knight Rises, like I said. Looking forward to that again. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, thanks guys again, and see you in the next video. Alright? Peace.